You've raised a really, really good issue, okay? Which is different than what I had to face, but you will face. Is you have to start now with your brand. Do you know what I mean when I say your brand? If I say Nike, you know what I mean, right? If I say Adidas, you know what I mean. If I say, what's that chicken? Yeah, you know what I mean. Because you're on social media, because of all of this, you have to have a brand and you have to treasure it, right? So, are you saying that you don't publish this? You just keep it private, or?
No, no, I publish it. I
Okay,
open my account as public account just because for this, just because I want people to know the truth.
okay. Are you nervous about that?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm happy with that.
okay. Anybody else? Thank you very much. Anybody else? Do a lot of writing. Yeah, tell me about your writing.
I don't use social media much, so I don't post anything. But I'm into writing, so I write a lot of things like about my daily things or whatever I see in my day. So I write. I
Okay,
don't post anything.
okay. Yeah, just
As you asked me about the journals, I do that.
great, great. I think whether you decide not to go public, that's just fine. Doesn't matter. But what matters is that you keep the skill of writing, okay? In journalism, and thank you very much, journalism requires a certain kind of writing. In the old days, we called it a pyramid style. Are they learning that? Pyramid style? Inverted pyramid. Exactly right. Now I don't know what you got to do. I really don't, because I know you still have to have your hook or your lead up at the top. I know that. But I think now, isn't it, you have to keep people engaged and you have to keep figuring out information that's going to keep people reading and reading and reading. That's tough. That's going to require a different kind of writing. Yeah. So writing is important. I want you to also think about, if whenever possible, if you can find a place to even volunteer writing a newsletter, okay, for an organization. It'd be great if you could find an opportunity to be an intern at some publication or online publication or something like that. That would be great because you need that experience, okay? You need that experience. So I would encourage you to just find the courage to step out of your comfort zone and say, hey, here I am. And maybe it's the college. I don't know if the college has opportunities. Where is there such a thing anymore as a newspaper or an online publication here? There is. Okay. So is anybody here participating in that activity? Wow, wonderful, wonderful. So I'm going to encourage you to keep doing it. And my third piece of advice is this. Now I forgot what it. Oh, niche writing. When I was in school, it was okay to be a generalist. Do you know what I mean when I say the word generalist? Generalist. It means a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that. That doesn't work anymore. You need to specialize. Okay? So, like for me, it was government. And now, even if you would Google me, you'd probably, a lot of my articles would come up. You wouldn't see me interviewing celebrities or covering an art show because that's not what I did. Okay. So, what are some of the areas now that you think are that where you could specialize? Government sounds like you're really into government. How about technology? Is anybody interested here in technology? Yeah. Technology would be another great area to cover. Mm-hmm. How about I'm going to use the word geopolitics. Geopolitics. That's, if I was your age, that's where I'd be, because I love to learn about other cultures. So think about this very seriously. I think business is still a really good niche. My bias is going to come through here, but entertainment, but that's not my thing. I'm a little bit more serious writer. But entertainment would be a good one as well. So think about that, okay? Now I'm going to throw out some words, and I don't know how long you guys want to listen to me, because I told you, I can talk about journalism for a long time because it's my passion. And once you recognize this inside yourself, you're stuck with it the rest of your life. I actually drive my husband crazy because I ask too many questions, he said. And especially in India, he keeps trying to tell me, don't do that, don't do that. But he's stuck with me.
Why, you know that I wanted to be a journalist.
Yeah, he did.
As a young person. But I ended up becoming an engineer because there was more money. And then I finally ended up marrying a journalist. So I got best of both worlds.
So just, that is the other thing. Don't expect to get rich being a journalist. You might, but it probably is not going to happen. But the dedication that you're going to feel, the self-worth that you feel is, I just can't compare it to anything other than maybe being a doctor or something like that, where you're helping people. It's public service. So I'm just going to touch on a couple things here, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. That is the most important thing for a journalist too. I've said a lot of things are important, haven't I? But asking questions. Asking questions, you have to be comfortable asking questions. So what are the question words? There's 6 of them. Tell me what they are. Who? Who did it? Who is the president? Who is the principal? Who? What's another one? Where? Yeah, where did the event happen? Where, you're writing about a vehicle crash, where did it happen? People want to know. What's another one? When. That's important as well. Yep. How about another one? Why? Oh boy, that's always, in my mind, that's the most difficult, and that's the one people don't want to answer. They don't want to answer that question. Why are you doing this? It takes a lot of thought. Like if I asked you, why are you taking journalism? You have to really stop and think, don't you? Yeah. And the last one, I think I got them all. Who, what, where, when, why, and there's one more, and it doesn't be how. Exactly. So those are the words those are the questions that you need to have answered, okay? We could talk about the process of writing, but we're not going to do that today. I just want to get you inspired. Did I do that? Yes, great. I applaud you all. If you have any questions, please ask me. If I can answer them, I will. But you got to be comfortable asking questions, people, okay? And I'm going to say one thing more about that. I know I've been around the Asian culture, both here, Japan, Vietnam, and Korea. And what I've learned is this. Asians, for whatever reason, have a difficult time asking questions. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think you're trained in a lovely way to respect your elders and to respect your teachers, okay? So it becomes difficult to cross that cultural hurdle. I also teach conversational English to adults, and I tell them this. If you were in the United States and you were quiet in a classroom, people would think you're stupid. Here, what I've also learned in Asia is that people don't ask questions because they're afraid people will think they're stupid. So, all that aside, people, all that aside, if you have any questions, go for it.
Can I ask for
Sure.
advice? Like for my journalism career, like I want to be a good journalist. So what advice will you give me?
Right. Right. And keep doing what you're doing and read, read, read. But not you guys got to learn to know the difference between what's fact and what isn't fact, okay? That's difficult. So treasure your sources. There's only certain places, things that I read now. Reuters News Service, AP. I also do Al Jazeera because I get a little different take. And then there's something from Germany, DW News. Yeah.
And the another one is like from your the another question is from your experience, what do you think, like what is the biggest difference between the old journalism and the current, and which one is better, is
Oh.
current one or an old one?
I think it's journalism is the same. It's the journalist that's changed.
Yeah.
I think in the old days, people were really dedicated to their craft. They really sought the truth and they went after it at all costs. Now there's so much pressure on journalists to just leave things alone. Yeah, so it's the journalists who have changed.
It's, I sometimes feel like that it's not a good thing, because journalism is very important thing, because it tell truths to the people. But current government is like creating a pressure. Some are like hypocrisy and all. They're not showing the real truth just because
Mhm.
they don't want people to know the
Mhm.
truth. And something is like, we know how government is, but we still choose that thing, because some very things are happening in India which are like we can see through it, but we are like just ignore because we can't do it. If we can, then we are like we are afraid because we know they will kill us. Because I have seen some cases with that, the one who fought for the truth, they are died or something happened
Yeah.
to their families.
Yeah, and you're right. It's a risky career right now. There's no getting around it. It is a risky career right now. Even in the United States, the place that says freedom of speech, freedom of the press, I don't see it happening right now.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody
Thank you,
else here? Sure.
Ma'am, I think in my perspective, like
Is that on?
yeah,
yeah,
it's
okay,
on.
okay.
In my perspective, in every career, there's pros and cons. But I want to know the cons of journalism.
He wants to know the cons of journalism. Yeah, I was going to say, I think my husband could probably tell you better than me.
Number one,
You want to
You
stand
drive-
up?
number one,
You can use this one.
I can just, it's okay. Oh, no. Everybody can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number one, if you're going in this career for money, forget it. Number two,
Long hours.
long hours
Long hours.
and you get from slaps from both sides. You know, so be ready for that. Have a thick skin.
Yeah, you
That's
have
a
to have a
con.
thick skin.
Huh?
Yes.
I mean, a guy like me couldn't take it. No, okay, she can take it. Okay, and I think that the biggest thing really, it doesn't matter what career you are in. It doesn't matter. you got to be true to yourself and you got to believe in yourself. You know that if you become a very good journalist and you demonstrate that I'm gonna pay the price, you know, there is a reward in every profession, no matter what time, you know. Now there is a, you know, भाई साहब वो हिंदी में कहते थे कि ना क्या कहना चाहिए कि
It'll come.
that there is an opportunity everywhere, but it has to be coming from you. That how much you dearly want, you know. I study mass and consume this English, and I'm just not connecting. Okay.
It's okay.
It is the courage, and what does courage means? Courage means sacrifice. You are willing to pay the price. If you are not willing to pay the price, there are, you know, 10 other guys, you will be just one of them, really. So whatever you guys do, and you know, it is so remarkable for me to see you folks. I mean, in spite of all that, you know, you hear that there are not many, and I'm just told you, if you're going in it, if your need is money, hey, this profession may not be very, take something else. But you know, I also have the same experience that money, people make money. Money makes money sometime, but it is people. Whether it was Mahatma, he had the courage and he was willing to pay the price. Unfortunately, in our modern day world, we have become so accustomed to comfort. Yes. And we don't have the tools. You know, I don't mean anything wrong.
Yes, sir.
My generation, I'm 83 years old, okay? So my generation was taught how to make sacrifice.
Thank you.
You know, we grew up like that. It was no big deal. You know, but today I can't expect that from my children. They have grown up in privilege.
Thank you.
You know, so but the fact does remain. You want to be a good journalist. You want to do well in any profession, or whatever your goal is. Have the courage and be willing to pay the price.
Can I just finish off on a light note, because you asked a great question, Akan. The stories just keep crawling in your head, and to control that creativity, oh my God, sometimes it's very, very difficult. You start seeing everything as a story or a photo or a video or something, and it's really exciting, but sometimes you can't sleep at night. So I don't know if anybody has any more questions, or yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. So, ma'am, I have this question from you. You mentioned that you have been in this profession for 35 years, and you told us that you lost your job also in between. So, can you tell us how you overcome that, and now you are here with us
Oh
and
my
sharing?
God. Yeah. Well, I think anybody who's lost a job, you feel humiliated. Yeah. You see the injustice of it. Like in my case, there was an injustice to it, but you have to get past it, and you have to realize besides being a career, a passion, journalism is just a job. Okay? And if you got to pay your bills,
How you started again? Like,
I just started applying all over the place. And one thing led to another. And yeah.
so you have been working with the organizations, like
I'm-
not freelance.
In journalism, you're going to have to be flexible, especially now. You're going to probably bounce around from organization to organization. You're probably going to bounce around in technology from photography to videography to writing, but writing is always going to be really, really important. And AI is going to play a big role in all of this too. Just be open to change and open to the world around you. Yeah.
If I could say one thing, as a career, I graduated as a mechanical engineer in 1964. And in 5 years, when I went overseas, in 5 years, I felt I was obsolete, because everything was going electronics. So I went and I got my master's in electronics. By the time I finished that, by 1975, the company I was working for, we were making personal computer, Commodore. Okay? So then I had to hire people who knew programming and all. So by that time, I felt, that was enough of my school years, I wanted to become a manager and got myself an MBA. So all I'm really trying to say to you, especially for you guys, at least at my time, I could just imagine that I'll go and work for a company and that's where I will retire. It was just ingrained in me, if I really want. I was selected here in Tata's as a executive, and they, before I left India, they told me, oh, you will retire here and you'll do this, but I didn't. So be flexible for change. You're gonna be changing your professions. You're gonna be changing your, like she says, in each and every profession, there are gonna be changes, and you will have to be adaptable to those changes, and change is the big. And what skills do you require? Do you require different? You are asking the question that she lost her job, right? Why? It is very difficult. By God, believe me, So you need to develop those skills.
Yeah.
And it is, but you guys are much more prepared, compared to me. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Do you think AI should be used for creative or writing purposes?
Oh boy. I just started using AI for my, as I just said, my YouTube channel that I started a year ago. And I use it, I don't use it to write. I use it to help me. Okay. So in other words, I'll write my script because you got to keep that skill up. It's like computer. I mean, you guys are good in math. I know that. But like for me, when computers came, I lost my ability to do math, calculators. I'm sorry. I lost my ability to use math. You can do, that's going to happen if you use AI to write. So it's a great tool for research. Oh my God. It's wonderful for research and then to help clarify your ideas, but don't let it think for you. Okay? You've got that. That's your AI right here. Okay? Use it as a tool. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
sir. I Sandali from GMC. मेरा first year है अभी मेरा. So, ma'am, I have a question. What qualities makes a good journalist in today's world?
What qualities make a good journalist
In today's world.
in today's world? Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's the same as it's always been. Curiosity. Curiosity. You want to know why?
Ma'am,
Because I love journalism
Yeah.
and mass communication, I have developed my interest in journalism because I have completed my post graduation in botany from this college,
Okay,
and I have decided to start my career in journalism.
great.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's great. So the qualities you need definitely, like my husband said, you need flexibility. Okay. You have to be able to adapt to change. Curiosity, curiosity, curiosity. Okay. How about you guys? Should I pick on somebody? Can I pick on a guy to ask a question? I've had one question from a guy. How about the rest of you? Anybody? How about, is anybody interested in business journalism? Raise your hand if you are. Nope. Nope. Okay. I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. Thank you. You can.
Ma'am, one more
Yeah.
question. Ma'am, you have achieved so much in your career. Can you share an experience from your career while starting your journey in journalism? The challenges, the troubles, the problem you faced?
Oh boy. Back in the day when our president of the country, the United States, was Bill Clinton, I was charged with going and asking Bill Clinton a question. Okay, as a journalist, and if you get into these situations, you may only have one question. So here I am with the President of the United States, and he shakes my hand, first of all, and I'm going, oh my God, Bill Clinton shook my hand, and I got all rattled. That means I got all nervous. And I knew I only could ask one question, and it had to pertain to my audience. Okay? So that was very difficult to develop up a question to ask the President of the United States. That was one of my big challenges. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds silly, but it was. Yeah, you can ask in Hindi. Yes. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
So my name is Pooja, and I am an intern in a big newspaper, in national newspaper.
Good.
So I have an interest to cover the crime stories, basically.
Oh, wow.
So when we cover the crime stories, we have some sensitive news that we have to protect the victims, the eyewitness. So I have a question that how can journalists protect the privacy and dignity of victims while covering these kind of sensitive stories?
I don't know if you guys heard her about crime stories and about protecting the victims. Oh my God, that is really difficult.
Yes, ma'am.
That I think I'm not a good person to answer that because I've made a couple bad mistakes. Yeah, and one of them I really regret. I covered somebody trying to commit suicide, and the police had blocked off a major highway, and I had a hard time deciding what to do because this was a major highway, so people were going by all the time, and I decided to write the story, and that it was somebody who was trying to take their own life. And to this day, I really regret it because that was a family's tragedy. So yeah, I understand. And I think different publications have different rules about this or different guidelines, and you have to become aware of that. So that's my only advice, is just follow your editor. And yeah.
One question, please.
Sure.
So the next question is that when we cover these sensitive stories,
Yeah.
we have to protect their thoughts and also.
Yeah.
So in your advice, what would you give me that we convince that person to give their thoughts?
Yeah. Sometimes you're going to find that when you're in a sensitive situation like this, like sometimes I like to do when a family member died, because the family wants to talk about it. but also they
Afraid.
don't. And over the years, I've just decided it's not worth it. If it's a major story, you know, somebody who's a public figure, I might say you have to pursue that. But if it's just your average neighbor, I don't know. These are you're asking really good questions. Crime is a very, very difficult. It's very difficult to cover crime, I think. Yeah, you have to talk about a thick skin. Oh my God. You're in situations that are very, very difficult. Very difficult.
Thank you, ma'am.
I wish you the best, but use your editor for guidance. And in any publication, always rely on your editor for the guidelines. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Himanshi. So, as you told that truth is important in journalism, and you are a part of political journalism, right? So you have seen that there are a lot of controversies, and there are a lot of confidential statements in politics which you have to hide, and you have also seen that people hide things, or journalists make false statements, or they lie about a lot of things. And you told that you have lost your job also. A lot of things have happened in your life also, and when you were the part of political journalism. So have you ever not felt like despise of the people who make false statements and still achieve a lot of things, but when you are truthful with your work and you are making true statements, but still you are facing a lot of things. So what did you felt at that situation, or did you ever felt like let's just go for the false statements and let's just lie and
Oh.
before that, or you just felt like no, I want to be a good journalist and I want to make people know that what's
Yeah.
the real truth.
I think some of this, what she's asking about again, is very controversial. So you're talking with a politician, President Trump. Yee! And he's lying. You know that. What do you do with it? And I can see now how American journalists have been struggling with this, because at first they were not correcting the president. Now they are. Okay. But I think some of this comes from experience as a journalist, developing your own self-confidence, and also beginning to know and understand what is important and what isn't. And if you've got somebody who's lying, let them lie, and you just go on to another source. And that we could talk about at a different time, about developing your sources, because he spoke about that too, that sources are really, really important. But you have to develop trust with the people that you work with. Yeah.
But you have to pay for the truth now. So I want to know, so for me, for
Mhm.
my career, if I want to be truthful for my skills or profession, what you want to tell me or encourage me that I should do this in journalism, so that
I can't tell you, because you have to end up in just about anything like this. You have to be true to yourself, because you're the one that has to live with you. Okay. And some of this comes with working in a career, developing your self-confidence, and you just got to, I hate to use the word grow up, but you just got to let time help with some of this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. You guys, this is great.
So, ma'am, was there someone, a person, maybe someone you were inspired from to do journalism with such courage and curiosity? Was there someone?
Yeah, back in the day, like he spoke about Gandhi. Well, I had my own Gandhis, and like Gloria Steinem, she led the women's movement. Martin Luther King Jr., all these people. John F. Kennedy was president of the United States at that time. These people really influenced me, because they were all about doing the right thing. They wanted to do the right thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Do you think today's journalism are losing trust of public?
Yes. Yeah, journalism is definitely losing the trust of the public in the United States. I don't know about in India. Is it? Yeah. And I think because it's become sensational, and again, this is another area we could talk about the difference between news and opinion. Okay? And so many people now on TV, they're like, I'll speak about CNN, for instance. Have you heard CNN? I'm sure. Yeah. There's so many, like I'm saying, talking heads, and everybody's there to give their opinions about whatever's going on. That's not news. That's your opinion. So people are getting confused about what's opinion and what's news. That's number one. The other thing is truth. The truth is so hard to figure out now. I'm just, there's a story in the United States that I'm trying to find where the source is. My husband and I talk about sources a lot. He'll say something he read, and I said, well, who's the source? Well, I don't know. Well, that's important. The story is about the National Basketball Association, basketball players in the United States. I love basketball. And where there's some gambling going on. Well, the government of the United States, I read, brought charges against these people. I could only find one story about that subject. So I don't think it's true. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're right. So we need people like you. We need people like you in this profession. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're so excited, you guys.
Ma'am, I have a question that you mentioned that you did hard news reporting, right? So you also mentioned that as a woman you faced a lot of problems. So what types of problems do women faces in journalism, and why?
Oh boy. No offense, guys, okay? No offense here. But older men have a real problem with female journalists. Okay? A real problem. I sometimes can't believe how I'm treated. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so pretty. And yeah, it's just a little bit more difficult, I think. I think it's definitely getting better, and especially, oh my gosh, all the Indians that are in the news business now. It's kind of exciting for you guys, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, and a lot of them are women. So I think it's definitely getting better. And again, it's getting the confidence in yourself about what you're doing and knowing that you're going to face, I think all of us face our own prejudices, and we face people who are prejudiced, okay? But it goes to your confidence. Mhm.
Ma'am, another one want to ask that you must have covered a lot of stories. So, what was the most memorable one you always like remind and think that that was the story?
I'm going to tell you this. As a journalist, I spoke about this, that the ideas are going to just float in your head all the time. And after you do this for a while, you're getting all this information inside of you, all this history, all these stories. Literally, on Fridays, I'd flush the toilet. In other words, I would visually and mentally go like that to my head to get rid of the information, because you've got so much, a little bit about everything. You end up knowing a little bit about everything. And for me, stories are stories, and I love them. I just love them. I love being in India and being able to tell stories now. I walk down the bazaar, Katwali Bazaar, and I'm just intrigued. I just love stories. You got a question.
As you earlier said, right, you made a big mistake while covering one story, right? So there's also saying bad news frame good journalist. So everyone gonna make a mistake because
Yeah.
it is a human nature, right? So
Yeah.
how we can deal with it, because no one want to go in a guilt that, oh, I made a mistake, I
Yeah.
revealed the victim or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think, you know, in any occupation, in any walk of life, you're going to make mistakes. But if you've got a good editor and the editor has faith in you, they're going to encourage you and they're going to say, it's okay. We've all been there. Okay. And their mistakes, you all know this, are growing experiences. You grow from your mistakes. But I believe a good editor, if any of you end up in that position, I think it's really, really important to be sensitive to that and just, it's okay.
Yes. And one more thing, you know, it's a time like paid journalism is at its peak, right? So everyone is buying the newspapers or
Yeah.
buying the news channels. So how one can write the truth without getting in trouble? Because
Mm.
it is a time you can get murdered
You're
for
going to
it.
get in trouble. She's wondering how you can write and not get in trouble. Well, you're going to get in trouble. You just are, because it's public. You know, I mean, even if you do blogging right now, or if you do social media, or like me starting my YouTube channel, you get comments. I used to get letters to the editor, and people, I'd even gotten death threats, but that's another story. You're gonna get in trouble, and you're gonna have people, and that's where, again, developing your confidence. This comes with time, it comes with practice, and it comes with age. That's the beauty of age.
You said you got death threats, right? So
Yeah.
how it dealt with that? Like everyone gonna get this?
It was actually a colleague of mine. Yeah. Yeah, I had to fire him. And he I had to have, remember that? We had to have police watching our house. Yeah, that was pretty scary. So it wasn't somebody I covered, it was somebody I worked with. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. This is great.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
So, ma'am, I want to know your perspective. So, I want to know your perspective on misinformations.
Oh,
You know, today time it's hard to believe what is right and what is wrong.
yeah, it is.
So, I also add, what is there misinformation or fake news exist in your time?
No, I mean, you knew what was fake news, and it was in these magazines that were at our stores, the National Enquirer. You know, everybody knew that you can't believe that stuff. Now it's scary as, because you don't know what to believe. So here's my advice to my own children, to my grandchildren, is this, is go back to the source. If you read something and it's got your interest, just do a little research. And now you've got AI. You can just say, I just read this, blah, 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 blah. Is it true? Or what are some other sources? Okay. I just stick to my sources. And so don't just rely on headlines and things that are meant to draw you in so that you're looking at advertisement.
There is another one.
Yeah,
There. What was your proudest moment as a journalist?
what was my proudest moment as a journalist?
Yes.
Well, when she was fired.
When I was what? When I was what?
Because she needs the truth as far as I can.
Oh, when I was fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very, very difficult. And the funny thing about it is the Minnesota Supreme Court is really important. And my son, who was studying to be an attorney at that time, a lawyer, was sitting next to me listening to this case. And here's what he said to me. He said, "You know, Mom, if it wasn't for your big mouth, we wouldn't be here today." And he was, joking around, but it's true. It's true. And would I do it again? I'm afraid, knowing who I am, oh boy, that almost brings tears to my eyes. Knowing who I am and my commitment to being truthful, yeah, I would do it again. Yeah, I would.
Thank you so much.
No,
ma'am.
thank you. We got somebody. Oh, in the back. Good. I get to move to the back of the room. I can't hear very well. That's why
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now
Uh,
talk loud, like me.
Okay. How often do you use the social media, and which sites do you use the
Okay.
most?
Yeah, I use social media a lot. Okay. And here's my reasoning. My story now is this. People look at my husband and I and they go, "You're how old? And you're still traveling the world? How do you do it?" So I post on Facebook a lot. Okay, mainly because we want our children to know where in the world we are. But also now I've started a YouTube channel because I want to get back to writing. And I'm writing my own scripts. And so I've got my YouTube channel. I've got Facebook. I'm trying to do Instagram. But isn't this a lot, you guys? Isn't it a lot? I don't know, what other social media do you use?
Instagram,
Instagram.
Snapchat, X.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
and what's the other one?
X.
X.
Earlier it was Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now it's
okay.
converted into X.
Yeah. I think you have to be, as we talked about, you have to be at least comfortable with these things, but be careful of your brand because it will follow you the rest of your life. Okay?
Yeah. And how do you check the facts, like after seeing any news or any story?
Yeah. How do I check the
And
facts?
show the accuracy.
Yeah.
regarding-
Yeah, like I said, what I do is I do not just rely on that. I've got my major sources are Reuters, AP, Associated Press, and I go to reputable news services that I have been able to trust all along, and I'm sure you all have that. I'm sure you all have reputable sources. Rely on them. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't pass along. There we go. Oh, good. Oh, you got a lot of inquisitive students. That's great.
Ma'am, what do you think the future of journalism?
I think it's got the future. Now, you guys, I believe in my heart that the future of journalism is really bright because the whole world is going through such a bad time and we need truth tellers. I think we all feel that way, right? I think we all feel like we need somebody we can trust. So I think journalism has got a bright future. It's not going to pay well, but it's going to be a bright future. You could even right now start doing what she's doing. You can do that. You've got social media. You can start developing your sources. You can start doing interviews. You can be that person. Yeah. You've got a bright future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Myself Gulnaz, and I'm from journalism department.
Okay, talk louder now.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to get you guys to
Ma'am,
talk louder.
Ma'am, my question is, what can be done to protect press freedom under the countries which is in threat?
Oh boy, what can be done to protect press freedom? I'm going to open that up to you guys. What can be done to protect press freedom? That's a loaded question right now. Do you want to respond? Did you want to respond? No? No. Okay. I don't know. I think we're going through a real tough time. A real tough time right now. And I really don't know. If the United States, the land of freedom of the press, which is guaranteed by the Constitution, is just being destroyed, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm not ready to give up. I can tell you that. And I know journalists who are not ready to give up. We're just going through a bad time. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
So I want to know, like, you must be aware of the fake propaganda that has been done by US against the Indians, and
Oh.
as well as in the previously against the Afghans, the Middle Eastern people. Is this real or not?
Oh boy. Is it real, the propaganda that the US has been spreading about? And I'm going to broaden that to other countries. Oh gosh. I'm going to qualify what I have to say is that this is my opinion only. Okay? Just my opinion. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we have, in America, we have little understanding about what's going on in the rest of the world. And we have a tendency, our tendency, and my husband would probably say this too, is in the United States, we pick winners and we pick losers. Okay? There's no in between. You're a winner or you're a loser. And yeah, I would agree. That's why I turn to the foreign press a lot for news. And sad to say, I don't think most Americans do. I just, it's, and it's always kind of been this way. It's always kind of been this way. America will kind of has set itself up kind of over here, and everybody else is here. And part of that is historical because we have these big two oceans to protect the country. Okay? You guys don't. You have to get along. You got to figure out how to get along in your neighborhood, right? We don't. And so I think there's a lot of people who are naive. Naive. That means they're not open to new information. Yeah, I would agree with you. That's my opinion only. Oh my gosh. You've got great students.
Hello, ma'am. I am pursuing my majors in psychology. You mentioned body language before. So, could you please explain how one's body language should be while communicating?
Oh, how should somebody's body language be when communicating? Well, you're in psychology. You tell me.
I myself get nervous a lot, so I just want to know how to not get nervous.
Oh boy, how to not get nervous. Just, I don't know. Take a pill. I don't know. I think face it, everybody's nervous, right?
I think if I could respond that to you, I think what she was trying to communicate, that when somebody is talking to you and watch his or her body language, so your next question
Yes.
can be tailored
To,
to
he's right.
either pin that down, because she's focusing on the truth.
Yeah. You know what your mother's thinking,
Yeah.
right? You don't even have to have her open her mouth. You know what your mother or father is thinking, right? That's the way it's going to be when you're interviewing people. You're going to know whether they're nervous, whether they're scared, whether they're disinterested. You'll know. But again, this comes from experience. Yep.
So you can frame, you can structure
Yeah.
your question. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Boy, like
Thank you. Ma'am, my question is what do you think? What do you think? What are the main responsibility of the journalist?
I'm going to go back to the one thing. The main responsibility is to tell the truth. And that's it. Right there. Simple, and very complicated. To tell the truth.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I ask one question of the class? You know, it is very heartening for me to see young women. Well, I love women, you know. I have 4 sisters, so I was, and we have 2 brothers, so I was in minorities in my own house. And so we boys were trained to have the courage and whatever else you can talk about. I am really want to know from the boys, how come you guys are so quiet? I was gonna clap one guy who stood up and had the courage to ask a question. Can any one of the young men stand up? Why is it so today? Hey, women are overpowering you guys. Are you afraid? Huh? You know, I go to, I teach some classes at other universities, and I see, and not only, you know, this is in India, of course, all the classes are, whether I go to the class which is being taught by they're all mathematicians, oh my God, you know, and there are 3 boys, you know, over there. You know? I go to the MBA class, there are 50 girls and 4 boys, you know. So it's taking over, you know. So, and then it is true in America also. You know, I go to a function of our grandkids. My God, all the guys are sitting like this. And the questions are the organizations. I realize that in today's world, you know, women are more attuned because we need more teamwork, because it is, you know, men are trained to work as individuals, you know, but today our work requires teams. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you are building a house, so there is an interior designer. Well, when I was growing up, there was no interior designer, you know. But today, to get that house built in the perfect order in which we want, you need an architect, you need a guy who knows how to work with the municipality, you need you need all these people. So, you know, why is it today the boys are taking back seat? That's a question, general question I have from you guys.
I don't think you're going to answer it. But it's something to think about, guys. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you. I know this has just really been great, and I'd be welcome to come back. You guys are so inquisitive, and I'm so happy to be here with you. And I just really want to thank you for the opportunity, and I'm going to applaud you. Thank you.
I also want to welcome Dr. Radha Shamsar who joined us between the session. So please applause for that. Uh, Thank you so much, ma'am and sir as well, for sharing your invaluable experiences and insights with us. Your words have truly given us a deeper understanding of what it means to be a responsible and ethical journalist, especially in the world of hard news where truth and time race together. On behalf of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, I extend our heartfelt gratitude for you for taking the time to guide us and inspire us today. With this, we now conclude the session one of our 3-day workshop on enhancing news and reporting skills. We'll now be breaking for refreshments and will reassemble here shortly for the next session. Thank you so much.